Good evening and welcome to our regular session. The board met in closed session earlier. We provided advice to staff with no action taken. We are now back in open session. As we get started, I will read our public charge. Thank you all for being here. We really appreciate your presence. The Board of Commissioners asks its members and residents to conduct themselves in a respectful, courteous manner, both with the board and fellow residents. At any time, should any member of the board or resident fail to observe this public charge, the chair will ask the offending person to leave the meeting until that individual regains personal control. Should decorum fail to be restored, the chair will recess the meeting until such a time that a genuine commitment to the public charge is observed. Commissioner Valentine, would you please read the land acknowledgement?
Thank you, Chair. As we convene for the Durham County Commissioners meeting, it's crucial to recognize the painful truth of history. We stand on the stolen ancestral lands of the Catawba, the Eno, the Occaneechi, the Shakori, and the Tuscarora peoples, whose deep connection to this land predates our arrival. We acknowledge with humility the unjust displacement and violence that occurred, leading to the dispossession of indigenous peoples from their homelands. Their resilience in the face of such adversity is a testament to their strength and spirit. May we humbly honor the ancestors and elders of these nations, both past and present, by committing ourselves to fostering understanding, healing, and justice for all who have inhabited this land. Let's walk forward together with open hearts, acknowledging the past and embracing a future guided by compassion, respect, and unity.
Thank you. Commissioner Burton, would you lead us in the pledge?
Yes.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Next item on our agenda is the agenda review and approval. Any adjustments to the agenda? I'll accept the motion for.
So moved. Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded that we approve the agenda as presented. All in favor say aye.
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 All opposed, please use the same sign. Passes unanimously. Before we move on to the announcements, I would like to have a motion for an excused absence for our colleague, Wendy Jacobs. She is in Arkansas. She just welcomed her first granddaughter. Yeah.
Yes.
And she rushed out and flew there and got there, and I think she got there in time too. So we are very excited for her, and we want to make sure we graciously give her an excused absence. Oh, and she's online as well.
Chair, so moved.
Second.
All right, it's moved and properly seconded that we provide an excused absence for Commissioner Jacobs. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please use the same sign. It passes unanimously.
But Chair,
Again,
if she's here, do we have to provide her an excused absence still? If she's remote? If she's participating in the?
she can't vote.
Oh, she can't vote.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she can't vote.
Yeah.
So that's why we did the excused absence.
And she would like to make a comment, actually, if you give me 1 second.
Oh, yeah, sure. Hey, there she is. Yeah.
Thank you, Chair. Yeah, I just wanted to get clarification because I'm not sure if I need an excused absence if I'm actually participating virtually in the meeting. If we could get clarification on that.
'Cause I believe it's only, Curtis had said previously that it's only excused absence, or you can't vote if it's a tiebreaker vote. You can't vote virtually.
That is correct. Yeah, so you wouldn't be able to vote for any kind of, if there is a tie, but you should But you're able to vote in all other circumstances, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then we don't need an excuse.
I think.
Okay.
You
Okay.
are
Just in case,
unexcused.
yeah. You're unexcused, Wendy.
Thank you, and thank you for your acknowledgement of my new identity as grandma.
All right. Congratulations again. Congratulations again. Okay, next item on our agenda are the announcements. Clerk Wallace?
Good evening. I will read the announcements published in tonight's agenda. Most Durham County government offices will close in observance of the Martin Luther King Jr. Day holiday on Monday, January 19th. All offices reopen for normal business hours on Tuesday, January 20th. You can visit our website, dconc.gov, for additional information regarding impacts on specific services. The 2026 personal property listing period is January 1st through January 31st, 2026. Those who operate a business, are required to list their business personal property with the county by January 31st. You can visit the Tax Administration website, dconc.gov/tax. And regarding your personal property, you can contact 919-560-0300. Durham County Board of Elections will continue to host free NC voter photo identification card outreach events for registered Durham County voters throughout 2026. Each month, staff will be at one of the Durham County libraries to distribute free IDs, assist with voter registration, and answer any questions. You can join on January 24th from 12 to 3 p.m. at the main library located on 300 North Roxborough Street. You can visit decovotes.dconc.gov for additional information. All are welcome to the 21st Annual Durham City County Martin Luther King Jr. Employee Observance on Tuesday, January 27th at 11 a.m. at the First Presbyterian Church, located at 305 East Main Street. North Carolina Central University Chancellor Dr. Carrie G. Dixon will be the keynote speaker. The program will also include musical selections and remarks from local leaders and elected officials. For additional information, you can email publicinformationoffice@dconc.gov. And lastly, the Durham Planning and Development Department staff will host office hours at the Durham County Main Library, where you are invited to bring your questions and talk directly with staff. Regular hours are held on the first Thursdays from 3 to 6 p.m. and the third Thursday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Planning staff will also hold hours at the following dates and locations: Tuesday, January 27th, 12:30 to 3 at North Regional Library; Thursday, January 29th, 3 to 5:30 p.m. at South Regional Library; and Tuesday, February 2nd, 3 to 5:30 at East Regional Library. For additional information, you can visit engagedurham.com. That concludes the announcements in tonight's agenda.
Thank you, Clerk Wallace. Next item on our agenda are the approval of the minutes for December 1st, 2025 work session.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded that we approve the minutes dated December 1st, 2025 work session. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed, please use the same sign. Passes unanimously. Next item on our agenda are some ceremonial items. We have one proclamation, and that is recognizing Bulls Academy Life Sciences Day. I'm going to read the proclamation, and we will we'll have come up and speak, if we will, and then we will take a picture afterwards. Okay. All right. So I'll read it here. Let's see here. Okay. Durham Board of County Commissioners Proclamation, Bulls Life Science Academy Day 2026. Whereas key leaders identified a gap in high-wage, high-growth careers for underserved populations in Durham County, and the need among employers in the life sciences industry for a talent pipeline. And whereas Made in Durham was founded as a public-private partnership with a mission to create accessible pathways for upward economic mobility and community prosperity for the existing education to career system. And whereas in 2021, Made in Durham, along with core partners, Durham County, Durham Technical Community College, and NC Biotech, launched the Bulls Life Sciences Academy to fulfill this crucial mission. And whereas through the support of the Durham Board of County Commissioners, students are eligible to receive a $10,000 life stipend to cover living expenses while they complete the program, paving the pathway for residents to attain and build careers in the life sciences industry. And whereas Made in Durham has established vital partnerships with dozens of community-based organizations to build organizational capacity, as well as to support community awareness of life sciences and the recruitment of Bulls Academy candidates. And whereas the success of the program is reflected in the 20 companies, including global leaders such as Merrick, Eli Lilly, Novo Nordisk, and Biogen, that have employed 70 Bulls Academy graduates, generating $2.8 million in new wages as the 13th cohort enters the program and the 14th is being recruited. Now, therefore, I, Dr. Mike Lee, Chair, on behalf of the Durham Board of County Commissioners, do hereby recognize Bulls Life Sciences Academy Day in Durham County this 12th day of January 2026. Signed, Dr. Mike Lee, Chair, Durham Board of County Commissioners.
Good evening, Commissioners. Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Andy Miracle. I'm the Director of Economic Development with Durham County. Thank you for the opportunity to receive this proclamation tonight with our partners from Made in Durham and Durham Tech, NC Biotech, and most importantly, a number of Bulls graduates that are joining us tonight to celebrate the first Bulls Academy Life Sciences Day. Simply stated, Bulls is a community partnership with the goal of getting more of Durham's young residents into Durham jobs, but not just any jobs, entry-level jobs that are part of a career pathway with opportunities for promotion, jobs that are part of a high-wage, high-growth industry sector, jobs that offer good benefits and the opportunity to create wealth. Commissioners, I'm excited to share that since the time this proclamation was originally published in December, we now have over 200 graduates, 77 of which are employed in the life sciences industry in a field spanning 22 companies. Lastly, I want to acknowledge the diligent partnership between Durham Tech and Made in Durham that has continued to refine and iterate the program over time. We now have graduation rates that have grown from 60% in the beginning to the high 90s. Whereas 1 in 7 graduates originally was connected to an industry employment, we now have 1 in 3 graduates getting jobs within the life sciences field. This is a success to be celebrated. To tell you more about the Bulls program, I'm going to hand it over to Made in Durham Executive Director and Bulls Architect, Casey Steinbecker.
Oh, that's a new one, Bulls Architect. Thank you for that, Andy. Thank you very much, Commissioners. It's really an honor to be here. I love coming in front of you and getting to tell these amazing stories about the work that we do. But if I could first, real quick, and before, just in case we don't get a chance, because we're going to try really hard to keep on track, I do would like all of our students that we have with us here. We brought a smattering of all our great students, our brightest and best. If they could stand and just be recognized here today. Thank you, guys. Thank you. You are what we are here for, and we really believe in this program. I'd also like Made in Durham and Durham Tech staff. These are the people that really make this work go. Not always easy, but always works. President Buxton and his team at Durham Tech, ladies, stand up. Oh, and you too, JB. But they're an incredible partner to make this happen. We clearly wouldn't be able to do this without their collaboration and cooperation. And then, of course, our Made in Durham team. Ladies, gentlemen, can you stand up and also be recognized? So I think most of you are pretty familiar with the program. You heard a good background about it. It's a program that we made in Durham as the education to career ecosystem in Durham, the organization looking at where there's gaps, barriers, and misalignment for our youth and young adults in Durham to actually be economically mobile and successful. Our job is to identify those and figure out solutions, and BOLS was one of those solutions. I want to tell you a little story about the BOLS solution because I think it's really important for people in the audience to understand how important the support of Durham County has been. They don't get the credit that is actually due to them in this process. In 2020, when COVID hit, there was a bunch of us that got together, Durham Tech, the Chamber, the city, the county. We worked with the NC Biotech, and we said, listen, while everyone else is going to go under during COVID, go home during COVID, biotech's going to be working. They're going to be putting out drugs. They're going to be working. There's going to be jobs. How do we get more people into the biowork program at Durham Tech? We came together. We raised a bunch of money. We increased just that one year the biowork admissions by 300% as a collaborative team together. But what we at Made in Durham realized after that, and working with our partners at Durham Tech, is that what we weren't getting was young adults in Durham, youth and young adults in Durham, specifically young adults of color, into these programs, students that really needed the opportunity for economic mobility. And so that's how we came together to think about how do we create this BOLS program that's specifically aimed at 18 to 25-year-old youth and young adults in Durham who are looking for economic mobility in this community. How do we put that together in a way that makes sense and we can actually form this partnership? We did that through three pieces. We have a large community piece. Thanks to funding that we've received over time, we've been able to engage over 24 community-based nonprofit organizations to help us create awareness, recruit students into the program, identify good students, support them through the program. We have a partnership with Durham Tech that has not only done the typical incredible high level of instruction, both classroom and lab, but they've also done this amazing job in collaboration with Made in Durham around success coaching, life coaching. How do we make these students actually be able to address all those barriers that affect their ability to be there? And then on the end, our corporate partners, who may have taken a little while to warm up to this program, but now, as you heard, 1 in 3 of our graduates are at the table getting jobs in these groups. Why is this important? I want to end with this. Why is this important? Back in 2000, when we started this, 2001, when we wanted to do this program, we got a small grant from the Oak Foundation for $50,000. It gave us stipends, $10,000 stipends for 5 students. We collaborated at the time with Durham Children's Initiative to help us identify 5 students, and we went to Durham Tech and we threw this idea on the table. Everybody came together and we went through the program, this concept, not fully built out at all, but let's give it a try. At the end of that cohort, 2 students passed. The third one came very close, but just 2 students passed. But what Durham Tech and Made in Durham saw in that experience was real opportunity. Like, we could see what we needed to do to make this a better program. And so what we did was we came to Durham County. We met with the county manager, we met with the team, and we said, we really, really want to do this. And the county, who has always been a funder of Made in Durham in terms of our operating costs, put $250,000 on the table and said, okay, figure this out, and you can do this. And then they put $250,000 into JB's budget at Durham Tech and said, okay, here's some stipend money, go play with it. Go play with it. After 5 kids and 2 passed, we see that this can work. Every year since then, they have provided us $250,000. They've provided Durham Tech $250,000. And then along came ARPA and the federal money, and they provided us $3 million to allow us to actually scale this to get to the 250 plus kids that have now, young adults, sorry, that have now gone through this program. That takes a lot of courage by elected officials and managers of inside Durham County. And for their courage and their foresight, I would just ask if you could all just help me say thank you to them. So who you really want to hear from, ladies and gentlemen, is our students. So tonight we're gonna let you hear from one of our students because we know we're limited on time. Oh, we're going to do the video first. I'm sorry. Go ahead. We have an economic impact video with one of our students.
this ROI because it's about resources, opportunity, and impact. At Dayton Durham, we prepare Durham young people for careers and build a pipeline that helps local communities grow. Through BOCC, graduates get support, coaching, and a clear path into life sciences. Our team stays with them as they land roles and grow at work. And we stay close to employers so that hiring and onboarding goes smoothly. This is what economic mobility looks like in Durham.
We come with that mindset of teamwork. You know, we're here working with each other already. We get that hands-on lab experience, already learning to partner up, already learning good documentation practices, all the good likes that you may need to succeed in this field. You would get that feel of community from that person already, that team member that's ready to help everyone. The BOCC team had really pushed me to get into engagement. Day one since graduation, they've still been in contact. Hey Alicia, do you want to come to this event? We're doing this career development event or this networking event. They've kept up the communication. They've always let me know what other events are going on, what other programs are going on, career development things that are going on. You don't get, let go or pushed to the side just because you graduated. You're still involved. And mostly even to encourage the new cohorts coming in, you want them to see that this can happen, this can be their end goal as well.
North Carolina is a global life sciences leader. NC Biotech enables us to do that through our connections and our partnerships with industry, education, and training partners. BOCC Life Sciences Academy and the alumni that come through the program are ready to start work on day one and make a difference. That enables us to ensure that industry partners have the workforce they need and is what makes North Carolina the leading state for life sciences.
When I first started the BOCC program, it was my goal to begin a career in biotechnology. I would say the thing that stood out to me the most in the BOCC Life Sciences Academy program was hands-on and actual laboratory experiments that we got to do with the procedures that we did. It's actually giving you a realistic scenario that you might overcome. The skills that I learned in the program definitely translated to the job. It's very crucial to utilize a CGMP mindset here, which is something that they highlight in the program. The team has always been very supportive, but they were very happy to hear that I landed a position at Novo Nordisk. And since then, I have become a BOCC alumni ambassador to provide a strong foundation for people wishing to pursue a career in biotechnology.
At Durham Tech, our mission is to support the students on their career journey through life sciences. We do that by preparing them with technical skills through biomanufacturing and soft skills so they can be prepared and confident on day one. We do that with our partnerships with BOCC. And we do that by bringing real life experience to our students. And they can become confident and thrive on day one. And the employers also gain teammates who can grow in their organization.
Well, within the program, we were just kind of doing online modules, gaining knowledge that way, and we hadn't yet applied it. And then after about a month and a half time, we're in the lab working with actual machinery, and by the end of the program, finding more confidence to speak out, say when we aren't quite sure or aware of how things are gonna go or what knowledge we might need when we come into certain roles, but also being confident in the things we do know. Being confident that you've seen these machines before, you handled pipettes before, you went into a lab and had to don every single piece of PPE and had to do it sanitarily. And you know you can take that into a job interview or into the workforce and utilize it to propel your life where you want to go.
You just heard from our partners and alumni. Their progress reflects what happens when this community invests in talent. If you are an employer, let's build your bench and welcome more BOCC graduates to your team. If you are a graduate, stay connected with us. Resources open doors, opportunities lead to careers. Impact is what we measure in people's lives and in the strength of our local company. Help us, help them, help you.
And now, please, it's my honor to introduce Nikita Mahan, who is going to be our guest speaker on behalf of our students. Nikita.
Good evening. Okay. I'm a little nervous, but I'm gonna try to do real good. Good evening, Chairman Dr. Mike Lee, County Commissioners, and County Manager. Thank you for having us here tonight and recognizing this meaningful moment. It is truly an honor to be here for the first ever Bulls Academy Life Sciences Day. I am Nikita Mahan, and I am proud to stand here representing Bulls alumni alongside others who are part of the 190 students who have completed this program. I discovered Bulls through Durham Tech Advising during a season of my life when I was searching for direction, stability, and purpose. As a mother of a 3-year-old son, I knew that the choices I made would shape not only my future, but his as well. I joined Bulls because I wanted more than a job. I wanted a career, a better opportunity, and a future that would allow me to be present, stable, and proud of the example I was setting for my child. One of the most valuable things Bulls gave me was a beginner level knowledge and exposure to the pharmaceutical industry. Before the program, pharma felt unfamiliar and out of reach. Through Bulls, I learned the basics of how the industry works, what roles exist, and what professionalism and compliance look like in a regulated environment. That early exposure made the industry feel possible and gave me the confidence to pursue it. Bulls also pushed me to grow personally, teaching me accountability, communication, and emotional strength. It helped me step into professional spaces with confidence and belief that I belonged there. Today, I work at Eli Lilly as a process technician in the filling department, and I'm continuing my education at Durham Tech. I'm working towards my Associates of Science in Biotechnology. Everything I'm doing now is driven by the example I want to set for my kid. Knowing that growth is possible and hard work opens doors. Personally and professionally, Bulls changed my life. It gave me direction, support, and the belief that I could build a meaningful career while continuing my education and also being a mom. Because of this program, I am not only building a future for myself, but I'm creating a better one for my child. I want to thank Made in Durham, Durham Tech, NC Biotech, our employer partners, and the community organizations that make this work possible. Your investment truly changed lives and families. Thank you to the Durham County for recognizing Bulls and for investing in its students and graduates. I am proud to represent this program and deeply grateful for the opportunities that it has created. Thank you.
So let's go ahead and do the picture. Let's go ahead and do our picture here. I have the proclamation right here. So we're going to do comments about this from the commissioners. They're all leaving.
1 second, everyone. We're going to do comments. One second.
Maybe I should have done that first. Yeah. Well, I'll still allow comments from the commissioners, please. Commissioner Burton.
Thank you, Chair Lee. And this is such an amazing program. It's a Durham program, and that's what makes Durham such a unique place, because we are always thinking about how do we make the pie big for everybody to thrive in our prosperity. And this is just amazing work. And I went to the North Carolina Chamber of Commerce Economic Forum forecast, and President Buxton was there. We were there today. And it's a lot of people from business leaders from across the state. So there were a few elected leaders, and when I would introduce myself to folks, you know, Michelle Burton, Durham County Commissioner, people would say all the great things that are going on in Durham. Like, they are just so impressed with Durham County and everything that's going on in Durham County. And this is one of the best things about Durham County. Thank you, Casey. Thank you, President Buxton. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you, all of you, for pouring into our young people, making sure that people who live in Durham will take advantage, are in the position to take advantage of the positions and jobs that come to Durham County. So thank you so, so much.
Commissioner, Vice Chair Long.
Thank you, Chair Lee. I just want to echo the sentiments of Commissioner Burton and just thank all of you for also believing in this program and enrolling and participating in it, because that's what makes it possible for us to keep it going for future students, for future generations. So thank you for believing in it, and tell your friends to apply and participate in the BOCC program, because we want to continue to support it and we want it to grow. And we want to see more and more people across Durham participating. And I also want to just thank Casey and your team, the BOCC team, for bringing this initiative to us to begin with, because so many times we hear people wanting to fill this gap and talking about, oh, we need to close this career education and career pipeline gap. But it's not really a space that you make a lot of money of trying to close this gap. So it really takes people with goodness in their heart and pure intentions who are in this to actually provide a benefit to our community. So thank you to your entire team for having that and seeing that value in our Durham youth, that they are worth the investment, that they are worth all of the success that's coming for them. So thank you.
Mr. Valentine.
Thank you, Chair. So, young lady, what did you say your name was again? Nikita. Nikita, I know you stood before us this evening and said how nervous you were. You did an excellent job. Yes, in representing BOCC Academy. I've often said since I arrived as one of the county commissioners that every dollar that we invest in our young people is worth the investment. And I think you being here today is an example of a wise investment in our youth. And the BOCC Academy provides a pathway to employment, not only to employment, but to future opportunity for our young people. And so I couldn't be prouder of the group of students that you brought to the chamber this evening. And I want nothing but the best for you in the out years. So much continued success. Thank you.
Commissioner Jacobs, would you like to say a few words?
Yes, I would love to. This is a great celebration. I want to thank everyone who has made the success of the BOCC Academy possible. I remember years ago when this was a vision that Casey, this would not have happened without you. I just really want to give you your flowers for this, because you came to us with this vision, and it took partnership It took leadership. It took teamwork. And it really wouldn't have happened without every single partner that has been mentioned tonight. And I really want to congratulate all of the Bulls Life Science Academy graduates for wanting to make a change in your life and for what you are doing by having been in the program and graduating. And Makita, you're really inspiring, and I really wish you the best for you and your son and the career that's ahead of you. I just want to say this is really one of the most important things that Durham County government has done. It's systems change. It is a systems approach to addressing economic mobility in our community and share prosperity. And we need to keep investing in this program and investing in the young people who have such potential and make sure they have access to and are the first ones standing in line for the good paying careers, not just jobs, but careers that we have in RTP and in Durham County. So let's keep it going. And thank you for this great celebration, everyone.
All right, and congratulations. This is exciting. If there's one thing that I hear about when I talk to other leaders around is the Bulls Academy. And it's just an honor to be able to recognize you all and continue to lift you all up. I'm trying to get my son to join Bulls. Maybe if he's watching, I doubt it, but if he's watching, I could give him some, maybe I'll recruit some of you all to come tell him about it. But this is wonderful. I'm really excited about this, so congratulations. Okay. All righty. Now you. Okay. All right. So the next item on our agenda is the consent agenda. We have 11 items. However, we have public comment for one of them. So we will pull that. After we approve the consent agenda, we will go into that item, have our public comment, and then we'll action that separately. Okay.
Chair, what item was that that's being pulled?
The item is 260030. It's the last item on the consent agenda. We have 4 public comment speakers. Okay. Okay. So we have 11 items that's been discussed in our work session. That's been moved to our consent agenda. I'll accept a motion to approve the consent agenda with noted that we are removing 260030 from the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded that we approve the consent agenda absent the item 260030. Any further discussion or any other items to pull? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please use the same sign. It passes unanimously. The consent agenda passes. All right, so moving on to our items that have been pulled from the consent agenda, the one we just discussed, 260030. We have 4 speakers. We have Tawana Downing, Jessica Saxton, Antoinette Halls, and then Mr. Rafiq. I can't read your last name, but Mr. Rafiq. You'll be the 4th one, okay? So I see Tawana Downing first. Do we have Tawana Downing here?
Yes, right here.
Oh, am I saying that correctly?
It's Tanawa Downing.
I apologize.
Yes, sir.
Tanawa.
No problem.
Okay.
Good evening. My name is Tanawa Downing, and I'm a civil rights advocate and litigator out of Washington, D.C. I need to provide a public notice to all of you. This is in accordance with the USCS Rules of Civil Procedure as well as Rule 17, Rule 20 of the United States Supreme Court. So if this budget is going to be used to purchase equipment that's going to facilitate the abridgment of a constitutional obligation, then it's important that you guys are made aware of that so that you don't fund this, because that would obviously be unconstitutional to do that. So The Constitution of the United States of America is the overarching requirements that every state must follow. I trust that we all understand that and agree with that. States cannot enact their own alternative legislation, substitute that for the guarantees of the Constitution, and then go out and enforce that as though that's constitutional. It's obviously quite unconstitutional. Now, an emolument violation is when you pay someone to violate the Constitution. You can't do that. So Clause 1 of Amendment 5 of the United States Constitution says, no person shall be held to answer for a capital or otherwise infamous crime unless on presentment or indictment of a grand jury. That's clear. You got to have an indictment by a grand jury before arresting someone, holding someone over for a capital or an infamous crime. However, the state of North Carolina has enacted its own alternative legislation that permits your prosecuting attorneys, law enforcement, sheriff's department to execute warrants in the form of information as opposed to indictment, and that is unconstitutional. So again, an emolument violation is when you pay someone to violate the Constitution. There's actually two areas of the Constitution that reinforces this. The first is Article 1, Section 10. That's where it says that no state shall create any law that shall impair the obligation of contracts. Police officers, prosecutors, sheriff's department, they're all under contract. That's a contract to perform based upon the oath or affirmation that they took to support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America. So when the state of North Carolina creates a law that directs them to disobey the Constitution, that would obviously be a very clear violation of Article 1, Section 10. Now, the second place that reinforces this is the 14th Amendment. That's where it says that no state shall create or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges and immunities of United States citizens. The privileges and immunities of United States citizens are at a minimum those enumerated within the Bill of Rights. They cannot be impaired. This is affirmed by the United States Supreme Court 2019 Timms versus Indiana, unanimous decision. And as a result, the state has created a law and is directing their agents, whom you pay, or the equipment that you guys are facilitating here to abridge the Constitution of the United States of America. As a result, there is an inordinate amount of people currently in prison here in the state of North Carolina illegally and unconstitutionally. So I'm preparing to litigate this at the United States Supreme Court on behalf of the more than 700,000 people that are currently in prison here in America illegally and unconstitutionally. I'm here today to let you guys know that if you continue to pay for this equipment or pay the sheriff's department to bridge these constitutional obligations, that criminal sanctions can come from that. That's not the direction I want to go. I want to work with you guys to fix this problem, because we need to understand that the Constitution of the United States is extremely important in holding together the Union. So when the state of North Carolina fails to follow the very basic procedures and processes codified in the Constitution, then we have a pretty big problem. So I know that you're going to go to the attorney as soon as we're done here. You're going to ask that attorney whether or not what I'm saying is true. That attorney is going to point you to a case from 1884 called Hurtado versus California. And before you choose to rely upon that as the foundation, I must remind all of you that the Constitution of the United States of America is the foundation, not a judge-made ruling. The Supreme Court of the United States has no constituted authority to alter, amend, or any of the privileges or guarantees of the Constitution.
Thank you, Mr. Downing.
Give it to the record. Who should I give this to?
Thank you
Chair?
very much. You can give it to the clerk.
Thank you, guys. God bless everybody.
Okay. We'll have Jessica Saxton. You have 3 minutes as well.
Good evening. My name is Jessica Saxton. I'm also here to provide notice. This is in relation to family court. Across this nation, we have children that are being removed unlawfully from healthy, loving, fit parents. Unfortunately, this is not for any other reason aside from Title 4D and Title 4E funding. So as Mr. Downing just referred to the budget and you guys continuing to facilitate and send financial accommodations in order to allow these courts to operate, in the event that children are removed unlawfully, that is a constitutional violation. It is also a deprivation of rights under the color of law according to 18 U.S.C. 242. When two or more people conspire, including people that are paying other individuals to facilitate the court, two or more people conspire to unlawfully remove children, that's a violation of 18 U.S.C. 241. Unfortunately, when state actors do deprive children and families of their rights that are secured and protected by the Constitution, including when you all are paying for the operations of these courts to continue, that unfortunately is a violation of Article 1, Section 10. This is also a pattern of rights-based exploitation, in which many cases this could include kidnapping, extortion, bribery, otherwise known as RICO. Title 18, subsection 4, that's called misprision of felony. What misprision of felony states is that whoever, if you look up that code, it literally starts out with whoever, comma, whoever would include you. Whoever is made aware of a crime that is cognizable to any court of the United States and does not report that crime to some civil or military authority commits a felony in itself. Tonight, I am serving each and every one of you with affidavits of criminal conspiracy.
Ms. Saxton?
This is prima facie evidence of crimes that have been committed in these courts in
Saxton,
Durham, North Carolina.
Just
Yes.
1 second.
Yes, sir.
Can we pause the time? Okay, so we have to make sure that we're speaking on the actual topic of this agenda item.
The topic of the agenda item is for you guys to facilitate and supply more financial accommodations to your court system. Is that not correct?
Yes, it's about the AV, for remote.
Yes, sir.
That's what it's about.
Yes, sir.
This doesn't sound like this is about the remote systems.
Anytime that you are facilitating a court that is depriving families and individuals of their rights that are secured by and protected by the Constitution, that is in fact an emolument violation. It is a crime, sir, and I'm here to make you aware of that.
Yeah, we're being advised that that's not a part of this item here. So we have to make sure we stick to the agenda item here. As it's specifically about a budget ordinance, yeah, it is not your time to speak. It is not your time to speak. Thank you. It is not your time to speak. Okay, this is your second warning.
If the equipment is going to be used to facilitate the deprivation of rights under the color of law, which I have in my possession today, prima facie evidence of this happening in this county, in Durham courts, then yes, this budget cannot continue. This budget cannot be passed. As a matter of fact,
Okay, continue. We'll just continue.
you should actually defund the courts entirely until these deprivation of rights under the color of law are removed and they're fixed. So I am serving each and every one of you tonight with affidavits of criminal conspiracy. These affidavits have been signed according to 28 U.S.C. 1746. This makes them prima facie evidence of crimes that have been committed by 2 judges in this county. I'm serving you. This is affidavits of criminal conspiracy, so service is being provided for deprivation of rights under the color of law, conspiracy to deprive of rights, kidnapping, and other crimes that are as pertainable by the evidence on the record. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Hello, my name is Antoinette Hawes, and of course I was removed for this very subject last week. And basically what your director was trying to imply to you, that our job here at the county commissioners is to pay. You know, you just pay, give us your money, and we're doing whatever we want to do and however we want to do it via our policies and the state regulatory requirements. But when you are putting money into a system that already exists, you're putting $200,000 into a system that already exists. It's ridiculous. That money can be used elsewhere in our community. We have communities that need that $200,000. The system already exists. There's no need to reinvent this wheel. And plus, this system is used in Durham County to restrict citizens and oppress citizens and deny them access to their constitutional rights. You're doing this on purpose, and you're acting like you're ignorant. And if you're not mistaken, I remember last year, the governor said that he's going to put that responsibility back down on the counties. When those lawsuits go to the state, he's going to transfer that financial responsibility back down to the counties. That would be you, Mr. Lee. That would be you. That would be you, Ms. Claudia. That would be you. And the rest of the commissioners are all responsible for the lawlessness that goes on in Durham County. You are responsible if you are paying. It is your fault. I rest my case.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Hawes. And then Mr. Rafiq.
My name is Minister Rafiq Zaidi. I live at 807 South Duke Street. And I'm going to be real positive tonight. This item on the agenda is to facilitate courtroom procedures and facilities. But it aligns itself according to your statement on the bottom of page 15. It says, in alignment with strategic plan, this item aligns with Durham County's strategic goal, safe and resilient community. We believe that these funds should be put mostly into foster care. We have children that is coming out of this care age 17 and 18, being turned into the prison pipeline with no funding, no housing, no reunification to family members. Yet we can find in the budget $212,000 to facilitate a system that is really not broken. According to the statistics, the psychological toll intensified on these released foster children, disadvantaged children. The National Child Traumatic Stress Network are twice as likely to experience post-traumatic stress disorder as U.S. war veterans. Access to consistent mental health care after leaving the foster care system is limited, leaving more to cope with complex trauma on their own. We are trying to make Durham a safe and resilient community. We are tired of seeing our children being released from foster care without the assistance that they need. Your priorities are being misplaced in Durham Commission. We are asking you to review what you're about to do and make sure that some of these children that are being released from the foster care system are taken care of, regardless whether they are black, white, or brown. We're tired of our foster children being homeless, unhoused, going into the prison system because after they fade out of the system, you do not care. You do not care what happened to them. But under Title 4E, it is your responsibility to make sure they successfully enter into this system as a productive citizen.
Thank you, Minister Rafiq. Okay, that was the last item for citizen comments. Thank you all for your comments. So now we have this item that was pulled from the consent agenda. It would need its own action.
So moved.
Second.
Has been moved and probably seconded that we approve item 260030. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please use the same sign. Passes unanimously. Next item on our agenda is a closed session. The board requests to adjourn the closed session to discuss matters related to location or expansion industries or other businesses in the area served by the public body, including agreement on tentative list of economic development incentives that may be offered to by the public body in negotiations pursuant to General Statute 143-318.11A4. I'll accept the motion.
So moved. Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded. We go into closed session for the reasons just stated. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please use the same sign. We are now in closed session. Are we good? Okay, we are back from closed session. Direction was given to staff, but no action was taken. I'll now accept the motion to adjourn.
So, second.
It's been moved and properly seconded that we adjourn for tonight. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed, please use the same sign. We are now adjourned. Thank you all for watching, the millions of people that were watching. All right.